Celebrity skin is a lie. The photos and the images and even the videos that we see of celebrities and their skin is not indicative of reality. For instance, a lot of people don't realize that videos can be filtered just the way that photos can. And there's no denying that celebrities have lots of resources. They can see the best derms, plastic surgeons, estheticians, doctors, get prescriptions, etc. But many of them have still dealt with their skin. But because of public pressure, they have dealt with that in silence. This pressure to look perfect or blemish-free is extraordinarily overwhelming for people who are in the public eye, but it's also really overwhelming for the people who see that and who absorb that and internalize it. Specifically for me, when I was a young girl, I would look at people like Britney Spears. I would literally compare myself to this album cover, which we're going to discuss. And I didn't realize that when she shot this album cover, that wasn't her real skin. It actually looked like this. And growing up, I saw this perfect image of beauty that I was constantly trying to emulate, not even realizing or recognizing that skin has pores, and pores don't look like this. I want to discuss celebrity skin, celebrity acne, and what celebrity skin actually looks like, because I used to compare myself to these people. And when I was doing that day in and day out, looking at people in magazines or on TV, not realizing the tricks of the trade that were happening, or even the treatments and procedures behind the scenes that I didn't know were available, I would do my best to emulate what I saw. I would try to use makeup to make my skin look like theirs, not realizing it was editing or very expensive treatments. And that just led to me feeling awful in my skin. As you remember, this is what my skin used to look like, and I was bullied for it relentlessly. But the bullying I did to myself was almost even worse. And as I reflect subjectively on my experience, I can't imagine what it must be like for a celebrity who's dealing with acne, and they're constantly being told that their acne is ugly, or that their skin isn't perfect, or look at Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Alicia Keyes, Justin Bieber, some of these artists who have literally been told that their music isn't good enough or someone can't watch or enjoy their video because of the appearance of their skin. And I feel like something as common as acne, that is literally a skin condition, shouldn't be judged or discriminated against. But often, because we look at the media for beauty or guidance, and media really shapes culture, and culture and society are inextricably intertwined, it makes us as people who are experiencing this and viewing this feel less about ourselves. And before we start exposing what the Britney Spears album cover actually used to look like, before we start talking about Katy Perry's experience and Justin Bieber's skin, let's pay some bills with today's sponsor from BetterHelp. As you know, I have struggled a lot, and getting help for my mental health was one of the most difficult, but also brave and rewarding things that I've ever had to do. Speaking from personal experience, it is really easy to just bottle things up and not deal with it. But you know what's hard? Reaching out for help, asking for it, and doing the hard work to get there. And often I looked at therapy as something that just didn't work for me, or it was something that like normal people didn't do. And what did I want to be? I wanted to be normal, but I felt that I was anything but. When in reality, just like acne, that is normal. 1 in 5 adults literally struggles with their mental health, and that's 1 in 6 for teenagers. Imagine looking at a crowd and just point, every 5th person is going through something. And if anything, that commonality is what makes it normal, both acne and mental health issues. Yet why aren't we talking about these things? Why aren't we discussing them? And why is there such a taboo to reach out, to try to get that help, and to try to figure out ways to make things better? BetterHelp is not a crisis line, it is not self-help, but it's an actual service that matches you with a licensed professional therapist. They have a network of over 20,000 of them, and their goal is to match you with the right therapist who actually listens, who cares, and who can also help you work through some of the challenges that you're facing. It's professional therapy that's done securely online, and once you sign up, they actually match you to people who are going to be right for your needs. And if you don't like someone, you can switch. And the beauty of that is that it's really easy. Once you get started, you can start communicating within 48 hours, and you can log in anytime and message your therapist, so that if something comes up, whether it's an insecurity or a feeling or a stressor, you have someone to talk to about that. There's over 1 million people that are using BetterHelp, and although it's already more affordable than traditional therapy, they also have 10% off, and they have financial aid for people who can't afford it. The very first link in the description is there for you. It has 10% off as well. And if you visit BetterHelp at www.betterhelp.com, you can start working with an experienced professional to take charge of your mental health and deal with those issues that maybe do feel pressing or overwhelming to you, just the way I know that acne felt for me. Another huge thank you to BetterHelp for not only sponsoring this video, but helping to make mental health a topic that we can discuss and that's easy to access care for, to help us feel more confident and secure in our own skin. Even Katy Perry has opened up about this, and Katy Perry did a Proactive commercial back in 2010. What was interesting is that Katy Perry actually swore by the product, and she's quoted as saying so. Katy Perry said, "They do not pay me to say that. It actually solved my acne problem." She laughed and says that she used to have really bad skin in her early 20s when her music career was starting to pop off, and a lot of her acne was stress-related. Her body was changing from coming out of the teenage years. She remembers doing laser treatments, trying different ointments, like going to expensive facialists and estheticians, and it seemed like nothing worked. Someone recommended that she try the Proactive line, and she thought, no way, like how's that gonna fix anything? And she's been using it for 10 years since. She didn't break out because of that. And the fact that she, as a pop star, literally struggled with acne, yet I remember watching Katy Perry, California Girls, you know, I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It, like her skin was flawless. And I was just so flabbergasted when I found out that she did struggle with acne. And when I first saw those Proactive commercials, I thought they were fake because we never see Katy Perry with acne. We never see real celebrity skin. Katy Perry has opened up about what she uses as well. She did say that changing her diet helped, and also Cora Organics from Miranda Kerr, who was the Victoria's Secret model. You see, I know some celebrities. If they've done music or modeling, then I know them. Anyone else? Out of it. But she actually uses the Cora Organics line, and she avoids really heavy emollients, and she avoids La Mer because they do make her break out. And just hearing a celebrity actually speak about that, we didn't even hear that conversation 5 years ago. So it's really nice to see. But still, if you look at Katy Perry's latest music or album covers or photos, you can see that there's a skin filter, and we never get to enjoy her beautiful natural skin and the pores that are a part of it. Even Alicia Keyes has spoken about how acne and literally acne scars impacted her self-esteem so much. She loved makeup ever since a young child, but especially as she started to get into her music career, she spoke about how she felt like she had to wear this makeup. She was under these lights, and especially those harsh lights, if they hit your scars in a certain way, that can make you feel really insecure, and that's what it did for her. She was quoted as saying, "Makeup was a big thing for me. I had been wearing it since I was like 16 years old, and then I got into the music world. It was what you did every day to go on television or to do your shoot. So I did it because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. And I realized because I became addicted to it, I didn't feel comfortable in my skin without it." And again, literally me, not feeling comfortable without makeup, even when, you know, people used to tease me and say it looks like you put paint on Swiss cheese. Looking objectively, I see why they said that. But also remembering how that felt, and that this is a normal condition, God, like how damaging was that for me? But Alicia Keyes literally showed up wearing makeup every single day because she didn't feel comfortable without it. And she was hiding all of this, the acne, the scars, the bumps, and she felt like she had to cover up. And then for her, all of those layers just started making the acne worse. So a couple years ago, she actually started going makeup free. She actually showed up completely makeup free and with red fingernails a few years ago at some, what was it, award show, music video, I don't remember. But it was awesome to see a celebrity without all of this makeup. Now, she still has skincare, and of course she still has access to amazing cosmetic treatments, dermatologists, etc., and she has her own skincare line now. But the fact that she's actually about understanding and embracing your wellness, understanding and embracing your bare skin, and being open about her hyperpigmentation that's left behind from that acne, and the scars that she literally has shown us in her Go to Bed With Me Harper's Bazaar video, it's refreshing. And I wish that we could see this normally from celebrities, because celebrities are real people, and guess what real people have? Skin. Real people also struggle with their mental health, and Justin Bieber has been super open about this. He is a guy, a celebrity, who has struggled with acne. And I feel like the industry does have different expectations, not only for people with and without acne, but for men and women with skin concerns. Acne affected Justin Bieber's mental health, and he's quoted as saying, "I used to break out when I got super stressed out, but it would never stay. But now it's like so cystic and bubbly that it just won't go away. It definitely bugs me. I wear a hat a lot more, which probably makes it worse." Justin, like Britney Spears, was also considered a child star. And again, someone being that young, dealing with acne in the public spotlight, and then having mental health things compacting on top of that impact your anxiety or your self-esteem, it's overwhelming. And Justin specifically has spoken out about even Instagram filters and how they've made him feel. He's quoted as asking, "Who likes acne? It's the worst. It's the worst for your self-confidence because, especially with all these filters on Instagram, people look perfect with their skin, and you feel like that's reality. But in reality, a lot of people probably have bad skin." And the fact that he has opened up about that and spoken about it and actually shown us his skin is amazing. And actually his wife, Hailey Beiber, who we've also done recent videos on, she's actually helped him with his skin. And the fact that both of them are so open about mental health, which Hailey has done videos on her actual YouTube channel, which I highly recommend you check out, as well as actually showing Justin's skin on Instagram and kind of helping him through that. What an amazing way to open up to someone that you trust and care about, but to also deal with something that is bothering you, or make it less of a taboo and actually talk about that, again, with someone that you care about, but also with the rest of the world to break down this stigma. What all of this really means is that we need to be critics and skeptics of the media that we consume. We are just so used to seeing celebrities with perfect airbrushed skin, a lot of us not even realizing that you can edit both photos and yes, you can edit videos, that it becomes something that we judge ourselves for, and we try to cover it up and hide it because we don't want our friends and family to notice either, not realizing that yes, it's normal, not just for us, not just for our immediate social circles, but literally for that Instagram model halfway across the world. Literally for Britney Spears, who on her album cover looks gorgeous, but behind the scenes is struggling. And it literally wasn't until this year, until 2021, that I realized that Britney Spears also dealt with acne, literally at age 11, and she's spoken openly about this. Britney opened up about being 11 and working on her first movie, and she said that she was using skincare products over the counter, but then she got scared when she had to see a dermatologist and start using more prescriptions. And it honestly sounded like nobody really took the time to explain that to her. And being someone who was passed from doctor to doctor to doctor, like, I get it. I've literally been there. When she did start using those prescriptions, she's quoted as saying, "I remember waking up and saying, wow, it's gone." And when looking back at this, I can understand that mentality of 11-year-olds don't get acne, or this isn't normal for an 11-year-old, because we don't see it in the media, when in reality, yes, it very much is. These are key pivotal moments of growing up that someone may want to keep private and personal, but because they are in the spotlight, this is being broadcast everywhere. And the toll that that can have, not only on Britney as a person, but also on literally everyone else watching that and not realizing that Britney's skin is completely photoshopped and that half of her album covers don't even indicate what her body and her beauty really is. It causes us to start comparing ourselves. I remember that my parents had this large mirror in our entryway in the house that I grew up in, and I would basically dance to Britney Spears' song. I was a horrible dancer, but I would dance in front of this mirror, and I would look at her Oops, I Did It Again album cover, and I just loved the glitter. Her skin looked so perfect. Like, she was just one of the epitomes of beauty for me at that time. And it literally wasn't until this year that I remember like being that young girl, trying to dance in front of the mirror, trying to do, you know, my hair the way she did, and I still try to style it that way. How does that make me feel to watch and grow up with as an 11-year-old? And then how does it make Britney feel to have her body and her image manipulated like this, and literally her whole life controlled by people who, quote unquote, have her best interest in mind? No child should be worrying about if their skin is clear enough to get a job. And no child should be forced to be concerned and worried about whether or not their acne makes them beautiful or worthy, especially in an industry that does push children towards the adult world so quickly. Literally, for Katy Perry and Justin Bieber and Alicia Keyes and all of these other people who maybe just haven't spoken up yet. Those photos and music videos may be fun to watch and they may be wonderful pieces of art, but they are all lies in the sense of skin. And I think that's really important to point out. Yes, it can be art. It can be a tool. And art is created by these photoshops and filters. They are tools. But just like a hammer, any tool can become a weapon if it's misused. And unfortunately, I feel like that's where we've gotten to with celebrity skin and filters these days. The next time you see a celebrity or a person, I want you to look for the filtered skin. I want you to remind yourself in a healthy manner what real skin, real pores, scars, and texture and hyperpigmentation looks like. And I want you to appreciate that. Don't blame the celebrity or the Instagram model or that friend from high school who's way overfiltered. Recognize that it's happening and appreciate you and your skin in the mirror for everything that it is, everything that it does for you, and everything it protects you from. And appreciate the skin of other people as well, even if we don't always get to see it. I want you to look beyond the filter and recognize that it is there. If we start talking a bit more about our insecurities, about what real celebrity skin looks like, and about the retouch versus the reality, we can start to appreciate the retouch as the art that it is, but not let us skew our perception of our reflection in the mirror. So if you've ever needed someone to tell you that it's okay, that you are beautiful, and that your worth does not depend on the appearance of your skin, and even just remind you that half of the stuff that we see and compare ourselves to is fake, I hope you recognize how special, amazing, and unique you truly are, and how the texture of this does not dictate any of that. I'm your acne big sister. I'm gonna call things as I see them, and I want you to know that I love you. I am proud of you. I am inspired by you. And it's not because of your skin, it's because of who you are that you do amazing things. So, sentimental moments and ASMR aside, always remember to be beautiful both inside and out, and don't compare your reflection to someone else's retouch. I love you, beautiful butterflies. There are links and other help resources and even some other celebrity before and afters hidden in the description box, so I'll see you there and in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.